Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to Being on Stage, the only podcast that gives you motivation, inspiration, and confidence to be better on stage. No matter how you entertain, sing, dance, band, comedian, public speaking, MC, drag, burlesque, performance art, or street performer, this is the show for you. Hey rock stars, Reggie Dawson here, host of the Being on Stage podcast. Welcome. Today we are looking into the future. What does that mean? What does it mean we're looking into the future? Because you can't time travel. You can't see the future. You can't even predict the future, really. But what we're talking about today is the people that will see you and experience your performance in the future. Rewind just a little bit. This podcast all about performing. It's called Being on Stage for a reason. It's all about being on stage, connecting with your audience, turning your talent into that awesome performance that you envision in your head, and then taking that performance and making it an experience, a once-in-a-lifetime experience for your audience, so that in turn they follow you, they come to your gigs, they buy your merchandise, they boost you up to the stardom and to the success that you dream of, and just absolutely help you crush it. That's what your audience does. They help you crush your barriers and attain your dreams. So why wouldn't you give them an experience, right? Right. So talking about the future, why would I worry, or you, why would we worry about the future? Well, the way technology works, let's think about this. The way technology works, there's videos and audios, podcasts, posts, memes, pictures, all sorts of, pick something. There's all sorts of stuff from years ago that people are just now seeing for the first time. Don't believe me? Go do a quick YouTube search for whatever is randomly on your mind. How to make a hat, how to DJ, how to find the cheapest diapers. Google, just go on YouTube and search it, and I guarantee you will find videos from 3 to 5 to 10 years, assuming I think YouTube's been around for 10 years. Anyways, you will find videos from up to 10 years ago talking about what it is you're searching for. And you will see that video for the very first time, and it could blow your mind. It happens to me all the time. I go on YouTube, I look for performances and everything like that. I'm seeing performers from, 10 years ago, even beyond, because you can upload any video to YouTube, really. Even beyond, seeing performances I've seen for the first time, ever. So, bringing it back, what does that have to do with us today on this podcast? Well, today is August 14th, 2019. So my question to you is, are you listening to this podcast on August 14th, 2019? No, mainly because it's 11 p.m. and it's not going to be uploaded until, quarter to midnight. But even still, are you listening to it on August 15th, 16th, 17th? A handful of you, yeah, a few of you are, absolutely. I know I have some subscribers, some loyal listeners that listen to every podcast, and maybe more than a handful, but I'm just, let's go with me here. But this podcast is going to be uploaded for years, available for anybody to download at any point after today. And the same thing is true for what you put out there. Now, hopefully you record your performances and your rehearsals and everything. So any video that you put out there of your performance, of your talent, of your rehearsal, of what you're working on, anything you put out there is going to be there for years. I mean, yeah, granted, you can take it down, but why would you? Why would you? Your future is so big and so bright, and the people that follow you and come see you today is going to be an entirely different group of people in a few years. I hear this all the time on another podcast that I listen to. I've quoted him before. He's actually one of my favorites, Sam Crowley. He does it every day is Saturday podcast. And he says repeatedly that your best days have not even happened yet. And I have to repeat it on this podcast because truthfully, as a performer, you have to believe that. You have to believe that wherever you are right now, you haven't even begun to tap into the potential that you have as an artist and as a performer. You have not even begun to ascend to the summit. You're still at like the base camp compared to where you could be with a focused effort for a few years. And yes, I said years. If you were hoping for an overnight success as a performer, come back and listen to this podcast in a couple of years, I guess, because there's no such thing as an overnight success in any way, shape, or form. Even the people that seem like they're overnight success, they didn't wake up on Monday and decide to be a singer, and on Tuesday they're recording their first album. That's not how it happened. It's taken years and years of determination and rehearsal and practice and learning and prepping before they even get to start to think about recording an album. And probably the first 5 years I'm granted the album recording is specific to singers and bands and things like that. But even take dancing, for example. You could be dancing for years before you ever get on stage and get paid. You could be juggling for years and years and years before you ever get discovered and get your own show in Vegas. You can be... I know a guy, actually, who's been working at contortion and aerial artistry literally since I have met him about 7-8 years ago. And he started as a fitness buff. Then he moved into dance. He also did dance. He did like contemporary dance, ballet, hip-hop, a little bit of everything. Mostly self-taught. He's taken some classes here and there, but mostly self-taught. And, we're talking like I've known him for 8 years. He's been working on it. That does not count how long he'd been working at it before that. And listen, people made fun of him. People laughed at him. At some point, I thought he was crazy. Why would you take your amazing dance talent and give it up for aerial artistry, something brand new? He's been working at getting up on the silks, as they're called, for, I want to say, at least 3 years. And so you combine his 10 plus years of dance, add in some other stuff he's done. He's done hula hoop. He's done hand balancing. He teaches Zumba. He teaches some bachata and salsa and merengue and things like that. He teaches dance. So take into consideration, let's call it 15 years dance experience. Add in the last 3 years he's been working at aerial artistry. He just recently got a job getting paid to be an aerial artist. And that's not even his main job. His main job is a Zumba instructor and a guest relations at this amazing resort we have in our backyard. Like, not my backyard, but the town, next town over. Like, just recently, 15 years to get even the first step to his dream job, his goal in life. You don't have to wait 15 years. You can start performing next week. You can. You're probably not going to be paid. You probably aren't going to be amazing or awesomazing, as we're coining a new phrase here. You're probably not going to be that amazing, but what is amazing is the fact that you're taking that step. The title of this podcast is called Do It For Your Future Fans. Everything that you do, every performance that you craft, yes, your audience matters. Yes, the people that support you today and tomorrow matter. But when you're making decisions and you're taking actions and you're creating performances and you're putting things out on social media, you got to think about the people that are going to see you in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years. You have to make decisions and actions based on where you want to be and the audience that you want to have and the audience that you create. And listen, that vision can change. Absolutely. That can change over time. It'll mold. It'll twist and turn into what it's supposed to be. And it could be entirely different from what you see today. But what are you waiting for? The people that are waiting for you 5 years from now will never see you unless you take the steps today to get there. That's why I do a podcast every day. That's why I push you to do something every single day for your talent, for your art. That's why I challenge you repeatedly to take what you learn from this podcast, apply it to your performance, apply it to your rehearsal, apply it to your life even, and keep moving forward. The people that are going to see, because listen, the people that listen to this podcast today and this year, thank you. Thank you so incredibly much. But I know deep down that in 3 to 5 years, there's going to be someone tuning into this episode here for the very first time, hearing me get up on this soapbox and talk about performing and motivating you and inspiring you and boosting your confidence to get out there and do what you love to do in front of an audience that is just waiting to be blown away by your talent. That's why I do this, because in 3 to 5 years, they're going to hear this podcast and they're going to take action and they're going to move forward. And in 10 years, someone's going to hear this podcast for the first time and they're going to take action and they're going to move forward. So let's flip it to you. In 2 years, someone's going to see your performance for the first time and their life is going to change. They're going to feel inspired. They're going to feel connected. And in 5 years, another person is going to see you for the first time and they're going to feel connected. And they're going to go on a Google spree, Googling everything about you, trying to learn where you're from, who your family is, not in like a stalker kind of way, but in like a super fan kind of way. In 10 years, 5 people are going to discover you that just, you absolutely blow their mind with what you do. And the fact that you've been doing it for 10 years and working at it for this long is incredible and inspiring to them and motivates them to take steps for themselves to get themselves to where they want to be because they look up to you. Those are the people that you have to do it for. Those are the people that you have to keep your, I guess we can call it, keep your head down and stay focused on where you're going. Not necessarily, not all for the people that are going to see you this Friday night. Not all for the people that are in your life right now beating you down and telling you can't do it. Those are not the people that you're living your life for. Those are not the people that you're going after your dreams for. You are going after your dreams and you are sharing your talent for the people that haven't even thought about you yet. How powerful is that? I'm breaking a sweat on this podcast, man. I'm telling you, I'm like wiping sweat off my brow. Oh my gosh, I'm glistening. I'm so passionate about you and your talent and what you are capable of. I want you to explode. As a matter of fact, I want to help you. Oh my God, I want to help you so bad. I want to be a part of your explosion, if you will. If you'd like me to be a part of it, if you're open to some guidance, some coaching, some tips, some tools, resources, I'm more than happy to provide anything I can. Hop on my calendar. Reggie@beingonstage.com is my email address. You can also hop directly on the calendar, beingonstage.com/calendar. I've been getting those two flipped a lot lately. Either one is perfectly fine. It's been an absolute pleasure screaming into this microphone at you. Hopefully you're motivated, inspired, and you have the confidence to move forward and go after your dreams of getting on that stage in front of those people and sharing your talent with the world. We're all waiting for you. Keep on shining.